nothing can ruin this night.
We gonna live forever!
Any one of you could be the murderer.
Timber!
Can we all just agree that it's clear that Anik killed him?
Oh my God, no, I didn't.
I'm guessing you're Anik.
She's good.
I've watched the first 7 episodes, and absolutely fantastic. I really, really loved it. I was someone who grew up on Agatha Christie. My mom sort of introduced me to that, and so I really love the fact that it's a real kind of legit murder mystery. There's kind of clues and little mini mysteries and things like that. So I wondered how important that was to you to sort of create that whole mystery properly, as well as sort of and make that sort of enjoyable to viewers, as well as the sort of the comedy aspects, like like Jamie Dimitri dancing, which was one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, we did that just for you.
I could not keep a straight face during that shoot. He is a genius, that guy. But yeah, I also grew up on Agatha Christie and Columbo and watching, parlor mystery movies like Last of Sheila and even Clue, and so I've been a huge fan of the genre, and trying to figure out how to construct something in that world, because it always feels so like a magic trick when you like reveal who done it, and it's a surprise, but all of the information was there if you just knew where to look, and you feel like, oh, I should have noticed that. That's the feeling that you want to have when you watch one of these things. So that was the goal, was to like, how do you manufacture a murder mystery in a new way? And so taking this Rashomon element was sort of the thought, or like, oh, it would be interesting to have one so each suspect could tell part of their version of the night, and each story could have a clue, and then all together those clues could point you to who done it. Is a fun idea, but it's really hard to execute in reality and have the narrative keep moving forward while you're seeing the same scene over and over again, but it feels different and you're learning something new each time, so you stay engaged. It was a real puzzle and took a while to figure out, but luckily we had a lot of help and a lot of smart people on board.
Mm-hmm. So I imagine did you have some sort of like JFK conspiracy theory sort of on the wall, or like lines drawing?
Obviously, you would think that those like yarn charts are just visual aids for movies, but that's actually how it's done.
Right.
It was like a room.
We built this thing, it worked out a structure, and it was originally written as a movie, and then we expanded it into a series when we realized that, a movie didn't give you enough time with each character to really get and understand them as a complex individual. And so making it a series where each character could have their own episode, and you could really lean into the different film genre styles was key. But then that required us to have this massive map on the wall of, here's the timeline of what really happened, and here's how each character perceived the events, how they happen, and here's where they cross over. And it did seem like a crazy person that needed to be locked up, but it all worked out in the end.
I like the way that you've sort of told each different story in a different film genre, these like mind movies. So I kind of wondered if you were telling your life story as a mind movie, like what sort of genre? And do you think that you would maybe embellish some of the details? Like I think quite a few of these characters do.
This is all just a long confession to a murder by Chris.
That's right. I mean, I feel like our lives in real life are like one of those rambling comedies where there's not a lot of plot, but people just sort of like tell jokes and hang out and stuff, and it's about but in the way we would tell it, I think would be a lot more like Uncut Gems or something, where it's like an anxious time where everyone's trying to spin a bunch of plates and things are going wrong all the time. Hopefully without, dying at the end, but we'll see how it ends.
What if, Chris, you were a ghost this whole time?
Yes, I'm back from the dead.
This
to
is how
tell
you
my
visited
tale.
us. Yeah, exactly. To point the finger at someone.
Yeah. Well, your life sounds very stressful if you're comparing it to Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
I'm slightly worried about your mental health.
I know.
must admit.
I've had a hard time watching that movie, like just pacing, and I couldn't. Had to look away at times.
Yeah.
I like
Well-
in that movie how they're like, we could like ballast this by like having a calming, eerie soundtrack, but nope, we're gonna make that full of anxiety also.
Yeah, very, very anxious experience. Well, thank you so much for speaking to us, guys. Big fan of your work, and really excited for people to check out the show. And I'm excited to actually get involved with some of the theories, because I've got some of my own. I've been holding them in for a while.
Oh, let's
so
do it.
I'm excited to see
Get
what
'em
other
out
people's
there.
theories are. So thanks
Me
very much,
too,
guys.
Me too. Thank
All
you
right,
so much,
cheers.
Jonathan.
How did this all go so wrong?
I need my popcorn.
Oh, you actually have popcorn.